It is time for the hottest TV show, Donny B Tv. We got the independent artist music videos and everything you want. We even got that celebrity news. We got sports news. We got community. You never know who's gonna be a very special guest on the show. When it comes down to the hottest videos around the world, we got what you want. All hip-hop independent artists. It's now time for Donny B TV.
Heavenly Father, I come to you humble as I know how right now, Lord. Just asking you for forgiveness for my sins, Lord. I spent so long taken from the kingdom. I know this is my calling and I recognize this is my calling. I'm saved, sold out, delivered. Yes, thank you, Jesus. I'm ready to get it in for you, Lord.
Mr. AD, the problem solver. I'm in the building with the boy Too Crunk. Get it in for the Lord, let's go. Hey, straight proverbs, read a lot of proverbs. All praises going straight to the Father. Make good wine out of water. So much swifter than a jet charter. So blessed I never stress. The word like an S all on my chest. Jesus Christ is the best. He always there cleaning up my mess. Got my back when haters causing harm. I know God real, not a lucky charm. Glorify the Lord early in the morning. He was right by my side when I broke my arm. He treat me much better than I deserve. The way they deny him really worked my nerve. He said this would happen up in the word, but after reading all that, it still works my nerve. But I'm at peace, real amazing place. Pray on my face in my amazing space. Satan is defeated, no amazing race. God showed much mercy and amazing grace. Brand new album coming soon. Boys like Crunk be coming through. Look for his album, it's coming too. Trill Jesus music, that's what it do. Crush the block with the Jesus boys. Slams look good, call them Jesus toys. Make refrigerators fall with Jesus noise. The man that died for us, that's Jesus boy.
Jesus boy on my head. Jesus boy on my head. Midway Texas for a new shirt. Now that's Jesus boy on my back. Jesus boy on my watch. So big it's like a clock. Holy hip hop for Hunger Awards. I rock Jesus boy on my Fox. This for all of them DJs who got this on replay. You can't sell it on eBay, but I celebrate. Several churches in every state. In Conroe, AD pass the plate. My family straight. Got Satan about to hyperventilate. Romans 4:1. 6 and 8 are from the fold. Straight killers. Partners in the world, but they still fillers. Going strong, no skrilla. I'm sowing seeds to them drug dealers. Got God all in me. Spell God with a capital G. And that G stand for how good he is when you down with his SET. Bang. Got my Bible, I'm wrecking. Cock my Bible like a Western. Every time you see me walking testimony, Crunk for Jesus, a veteran. Prayed up and I'm stunting. Prayed up and I'm styling. 5 years straight about the world, real talk. Fired up for Christ, this cycle. Hey, you Versace, she Versace, she Versace too. I'm Jesus boy, all across my shirt, and so does all of my crew. I was on lean, still blowing loud, out there doing my thing. Now 26,000 up in the crowd. Too Crunk for Jesus, Rick James. Hey,
square, buckeye, business, straight up. It's all God, everything on our end. You understand what I'm saying? Too Crunk for Jesus versus the world, a mixtape. Got my boy AD, the problem solver, all the way from Conroe, Texas, man. But 2 or more guys in his name, he in a miss. And if he in a miss, you gotta know it go down. Jesus boy style.
Hey, what's up? Let me talk to y'all for a few minutes. Because we're in this new world crisis, like this black economic crisis, with no jobs and no resources for the needy, discrimination and segregation in these schools. Man, we gotta have hope, y'all.
Stop that racism and hatred.
Yes, I believe a change gonna come, y'all. Because God's gonna make a way out of no way for us. And he'll never let the righteous fall. He'll always take us through something just to rise us to the top, y'all. And we will not be extinct. You best believe that.
going on. Not another one, brother, sister,
Stop that police brutality, you know.
daily your baby's dying. Somewhere a mother's crying on her knees. Lord have mercy, please. It's time for us to really love one another. We've gotta come together.
Come together, y'all.
If we wanna make things better, time for us to unite. I need you to survive. We must keep the faith. Hear me when I say
yes, I believe a change gonna come, y'all. Because God's gonna make a way out of no way for us. He'll never let the righteous fall. He'll always take us through something just to rise us to the top. And we will not be a sick, you best believe that. They say God bless the child that has his own. If you give to the poor, you lend it to the Lord. If you help somebody get, they can get through the door. Because the blind lead the blind, but the righteous know the truth before they come on the floor. And just because we were less fortunate than you, black lives matter too. Our crisis because of you. My people, we gotta unite because we have to. And recycle our dollars, it's a must do. And folks seek God for all this bad weather. Because a family that pray together, they stay together. And stop this black on black crime, let's be great forever. Each one keeps one for all the right reasons. Get your mind correct and believe in the sun. Cause when this world feel remote and you can't cope, you gotta look to the sky and pray and sing and have hope. Yes, I believe a change gon' come, y'all. Because God's gonna make a way out of no way for us. He'll never let this righteous fall. He'll always take us through something just to rise us to the top. And we will not be extinct, you best believe that.
Got to have hope, got to have hope. We gotta have, got to have hope, got to have hope. Don't you give up, got to have, don't you give in. In the end, got to have, we will win.
Hey, what's going down, everybody? It is Tuesday night, right here on the all-new Donny B Gospel TV show. And, man, it's been a crazy week, y'all. We got the hottest videos coming up tonight. But, man, before we go into the videos, man, I had to bring my booking manager on, and we just gonna talk for a few minutes. Good evening on this beautiful Tuesday night, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Donny B?
Man, I can't complain, man. You know, this has been a crazy week. I want us to real quick to talk about the Oscar, man, on Sunday night, man, and it's still the talk of the whole entire country, man. And some people said that they agree with what Will Smith did, but 85% of the country are saying, no, that was not right. And it doesn't matter if you white, black, or green, everybody is on the same page. What happened on Sunday night should have never, ever happened. I want to talk to you about it, man. What are your thoughts on it, and what are people saying on your page about this craziness? Because it's trendy all across the country, man.
Well, on my page, my followers and listeners, they basically all for what I was saying. And what I said was that that is not the time nor the place to handle your business when it comes to your wife and personal issues you have with a person.
And I want people to know that this is coming from a former police officer, my cousin, former police officer. How do you think that the police department across the country are feeling about this? Do you think that they feel that this was not the right thing to do either?
No, right. I believe they feel like this was not the right thing, and a lot of people are pushing for him to be prosecuted.
Oh, wow. Talk about that, man, real quick. Talk about that.
Now, well, he actually assaulted him.
Yeah, yes, he did.
By right, Chris Rock has his rights as a citizen to press charges. Now, thankfully, he did not, because we don't want another black man in jail.
Right.
Especially of his stature.
Right. I definitely agree. But also, man, we got to look at this. What example are we telling our kids? Are we telling our kids it's all right for somebody to talk about your mama and you have a right to beat them up for talking about your mom? To me, I'm looking at what type of example are we showing? Because this happens all the time. They talk about Jesus Christ. They talk about, people talk about people all the time. So my thing is, I understand what some of the brothers are saying, that he's defending his wife. But like you say, there's a place and time for everything. And this, on nationwide TV, this was not the time and place. And also, should ABC get fined? Let's talk about this. Should the television station get fined for allowing this to happen on nationwide TV? Let's talk about that.
Yes, FCC should fine them, because you know what? They'll fine us.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Why not fine them?
Mm-hmm.
They allow Will Smith to say obscenities on air. They should be fined like any other radio station or any other media outlet. Right.
Do you think FCC gonna get involved with it?
Now, personally, I don't think they are, but they may. Because do you understand how many, the magnitude of how many people are watching the Oscar?
Yeah, you're right.
You have children, and you have people that's streaming. It's streaming now.
Yeah.
So they're going to play it over and over, the devastation of young minds.
Right.
Of young people who are aspiring to be actors and singers and songwriters or whoever wants to be in the entertainment business, whether it be radio personality, TV personality.
Right.
It's sad. It's sad day for entertainment.
Yeah, yes it is. I tell you what, man, we're gonna go. Don't go nowhere, man. I'm gonna keep you on for a little bit before we go off the air, man. So don't go nowhere. We're gonna take a quick break, y'all. We got more videos. We're gonna play some videos, and when we come back, we're gonna continue this hot topic. The biggest thing going on now, everybody's talking about, is Will Smith and Chris Rock. And I'm gonna ask you this when we come back from the video, man. Do you feel also that Chris Rock did a great job in not acting the way Will Smith did, or do you think he had a right to fight back because the man did strike him first?
No movement, boy.
When I say hey, you say who? 'Cause in this season my team is on go. I be like left, right, that's right, left, right. You say who? 'Cause in this season my team is on go. I be like left, right, that's right, left. My team is dope and they always got my back, front side to side. H-Town, Houston, Texas, where y'all at? What you do for Jesus Christ is what's gonna last. Jeremiah 29:11, he got plans. You got questions, just ask. That's James 1 and 5. If any man lacks wisdom, he should just ask God, who gives generously to us without finding fault. I'ma keep it in these verses, dropping gems to my people. This ain't a game, but I'm a pro. Love it, don't keep score. These demons, they try to stop me, but I stay on go. The enemy try to tempt me, but I tell him no. This season is over, trick like ho ho ho. I say hey, you say who? 'Cause in this season my team is on go. I be like left, right, that's right, left, right. You say who? 'Cause in this season my team is on go. I be like left, right, that's right,
Left, right. Hey. On my Hurricane Chris, hey baby, spirit bullets on deck, I'ma spray. Don't get it twisted, homeboy, 'cause I'ma pray. One part, no encore, never lust on whores. Devil flee, don't want more, might hold the lane in the contour. That's support I can't afford, push a whip I can't afford. Face sharp like a sword, and got my source, praise the Lord. That's the Kodak like you know. The problem solved, I've been a pro. I am the light, hit like a glow. When I say hey, you say oh. Real deal, no Santa Claus. Rebuke disease in menopause. Anytime I'm in a pause, save your soul, cause I love is raw.
You say who? Cause in this season my team is on go. I be like, left, right, that's right, left, right. You say who? Cause in this season my team is on go. I be like, left, right, that's right, left, right.
We ready to go, we march to glory, we bringing the show. Tell them demons beware because I'm bringing more. When I step on the scene, they all act like whoa. When you look at my eyes, tell me what do you see? A person with anger, a person who leads, someone misuse, or a person with peace. A rapper, a pastor that's killing the scene. Golden child, also the king in the corner. I'm the champion, you lucky enough to be the former. Think you're worth 50, I'll turn you to the quarter. Tell the reporter I ain't stopping the torture. I'll take the beat, man, with these, man. I got the energy that'll put the devil on his knees, man. Please, man, they don't believe me, so I gotta demonstrate. When I show them, they all gonna be like G's, man. Whoa.
When I say hey, you say who? Cause in this season my team is on go. I be like, left, right, that's right, left, right. You say who? Cause in this season my team is on go. I be like, left, right, that's right, left, right.
Going down, everybody. We bad, baby. Right here on the #1 gospel TV show, right here on Channel 49. Say, Dion, man, we've been working, overworking, haven't we, man? Because we do stuff for the Channel 3 TV in New York, Pakistan, man. Woo!
Right. I'm loving it though.
Oh man.
I'm loving this work though.
Man, me too. Work. So let's talk about this, man. Before the break, we was getting into talking about the Will Smith, man. But also, let's talk about this. What are your thoughts on Chris Rock, how he handled it? Do you think he handled it very well? Or do you think he would have had every right to fight back because this man did hit him?
Well, we are, even cops are allowed to, use force against force. So he's a human. He's a human. So
Okay.
he has the right to fight back and protect himself.
Right.
But he was so professional and he was so focused on his job because he's such a great entertainer.
Yes, he is.
Like he should win Entertainer of the Year.
Yes.
Maybe the decade. And I'm a fan of Chris Rock.
Me too.
And,
Me too.
But he really showed how professional he could be and how he stood up for our people.
Yeah, yes he did. Yes he
because
did.
he knew that he was black. He was black, and he knew that children will be watching him, and people look up to him. So he had to be in a place of not his own, but in a place to say, you know what, this will look bad if two brothers go blow to blow on the Oscars. So I commend him on that.
So let me ask you this also, because I agree with you on that too, man. Should America be boycotting anything that got to do with Will Smith? Let's say companies that support Will Smith. Should there be a boycott going on saying, hey, we don't support violence at all, and we're not going to support anything that happened with you? Any company that support you, Will Smith, the way you acted, we don't want to support that company. Let's talk about that.
With Will Smith?
Yeah.
No. I mean, he has a family. He has a wife. He has to take care of his wife, and I understand that. But there should be, and like I heard,
it should be some kind of consequence. I mean, for his action, man. What the way he did, man, because the situation that happened, and again, I still blame ABC Television Network, and I blame the company, because if anybody else would have done that, I guarantee they would have been on their way to jail. The fact that he did not go to jail, and the fact that the way it happened, if he didn't like the way Chris Rock said, they should have talked about it. But if you notice, man, that after Chris Rock said what he said, did you look at the contact eye? Did you look at the the way she was looking and the way she was looking at Will Smith. What do you think that was all about? Do you think that they had already knew that Chris Rock possibly could be getting ready to say something bad, and maybe that's why it happened the way it happened?
Well, I think due to Will Smith social media, Will Smith, hates social media. He always talks about he hates social media.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Well, part of it, he feel like, he's part of the older Hollywood, where he feel like a lot of people who made it on social media are basically, the way he says it, seem like it's beneath him. So there's been a lot of flack of him, saying things on social media. Mm-hmm. Now, Jada, his wife, is probably hearing, Will Smith complain about these people. Mm-hmm. So Chris Rock, I think he knew it. So Chris Rock was like, I'm just gonna make a stab out of Jada because, she's there. And Chris Rock is from New York.
Right. Okay.
New Yorkers are like this. They say what they want to say because they're just.
Wait a minute. He lives in New York. Chris Rock do?
Yeah, Chris Rock is from New York.
Okay.
Actually, I think he still lives in New York.
Oh my God! So he may end up watching our other show then, huh?
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
Shout out to Chris Rock.
Wow.
He lives in the Hamptons.
Manhattan.
So I know he lives out in the Hamptons. Hamptons is near, from if he haven't moved yet.
Right.
But I remember when he lived in the Hamptons, and the Hamptons is near New Jersey. Still New York, but it's very nice. It's very swanky, high end. I forgot who his neighbors was. I think Mary J. Blige was his neighbor.
Oh, wow.
He lives in a very rich neighborhood. He was talking about that. But anyway, I think Chris Rock, that's the New York mentality. I say what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? So he said that, I think he knew it, but he didn't know that Will Smith was going to take that part because he's a consummate professional. I'm thinking that he would. I mean,
but the fact that he came on that stage, you don't think that he knew that he was going to get hit? He probably was thinking he was going to get confronted, but actually hit this man. And my question is also, man, where was the security at this particular time? The fact that he was even allowed to even be on that stage, he should have never been on that stage until his time to come on the stage.
Now, that's true. That's true. Now, I think what it was, now, everyone tells you, even with, D.L. Hughley concerts and Cat Williams concert, if you sit in the front, if you sit in the front when there's a comedian doing his thing, you are basically bait.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
If I sit in the front with my wife and I'm sitting there having a stain on my shirt, you don't think D.L. Hughley will say, "Yo, what you doing with that shirt on, brother?" You know what I'm saying? He's gonna comment on my flaws.
Wow.
I mean, and that's just comedy. That is how comedy and
comedy works.
We all laugh, right?
Right.
We all laugh.
But you know what, man? I mean, he should have just looked at it as comedy anyway. He shouldn't look at it as because I'm quite sure Will Smith do talk about people too. He's a comedian.
He is. He made millions of comedy. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's a comedy.
So he should be the last. So my question is, he should be the last person that say something like that.
But you know what? And I hate to say it because I always said things, about Will Smith, and I always said something in the realms of like, with Jada raising their children in a different way. Mm-hmm. But I don't like talking about the children, but now they're grown now. But I just feel like the Smiths have such a liberal way of doing things. So therefore, sometimes it comes off in a way where, you know, are they crazy?
But you know what? But you know what, man? I'm not surprised because I don't know if I think I told you this. I met his mother in person, Will Smith's mother. And I just thought she was one of the, I just thought, to be honest with you, I thought she was just so rude. And so I'm not surprised that the son ended up being the same way as his mama is, because the mama was very rude. She came off as rude to me. I didn't even want to. I asked her, all I asked her, would she let me do an interview? Oh no, you can't do no interview with me. But she let the other person do an interview. So I'm just saying, man. She came off rude with me.
You know what? I think with them, you know, Will is a highly, like, when people don't know his backstory, Will is a very highly intelligent man. He had a chance to even go to Harvard on a full scholarship.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That I know that intelligent. You know, that intelligent. So it's like Will knows better. He say things and with his social media that makes a lot of sense in a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Like his quotes and the way he feel about life, and I follow him sometimes, and I say that's true. But then on the other hand, he show this immature side, and it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of personalities, and I think people are tired of it now.
Right.
People they tired of the hypocrisy. Like you could say what you are, but we want to see the candor in what you're doing in real life. And so now, I think he was drawing a different line years and years ago. So now people are calling him on it. Now it's like the last straw, you know. And
what do you let me ask you this, man? What do you think white people are thinking? I mean, because if you think about it, let's go back. Let's rewind back some years back. Some years back, us as black community, we was complaining that it wasn't enough of us winning on the Oscar.
Thank you.
I remember that like it was yesterday. And so now so now we finally got to that point where now they acknowledging us. So now we're gonna sit up here and act a fool. And in their mind, they're probably thinking, you know, they'll never say this out in public. But in their mind, I bet you that they're thinking, you know what? This is the reason we didn't want black folks to be on this show. And it's sad. And I'm gonna tell you what's really sad about it. What's really sad about it is the fact that you said this happened on nationwide TV. You know how many white people had their kids watching this? You know how many black people had their kids watching this?
And you know what? This is international.
Yeah, it's worldwide.
Germany, France.
Yeah.
All those
BBC News is
watching us.
BBC News just did a report on it. British News.
See? Thank you.
So what message are we sending? And it's always, and this is what I heard enough saying. It's always got to be us out here acting crazy. And I thank God for Chris Rock for handling the way he handled it.
Right.
But if that would, let's be real though. If that would have been any other brother, let's say if it would have been you, he would have had a chance to do that.
I ain't gonna say that.
Well, we already know. He ain't gonna have a chance to say that with you, and he sure would have a chance to slap me, because you know what? If I don't care if I'm hosting an event, you just slapped me. Did you just slap? First of all, I'm gonna look at you like, wait a minute, did this idiot just slap me? Oh no! I'm telling you, man, I've been on laws for my whole religion. But I'm just saying that couldn't have been nobody else. So the question is now is how far will Will go? Because if he think he can get away with this man, do he think he can get away with people like Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey?
Right, and Chris Rock is an A-lister, so I don't. You know what? I like to know. I would like to, and if he hears this, because I know he's my friend, Reggie Hoodlin, to comment on it. I haven't heard him comment on this because he's one of the producers of the Oscars.
Oh,
Reggie
wow!
Hoodlin, a fantastic genius when it comes to directing and acting in film. Well, no, he's a director.
Okay.
He's a pretty good actor too. But
what are the Oscars saying? I mean, but what are the Oscars saying about it? We can't have this to happen again next year. We got to do something different. It's got to be something totally different. This kind of stuff didn't even happen on the Stellar Awards.
Right, but you know what? Here's what gets me right. They would not let Kevin Hart host the Oscars and stuff of that nature. They made a big hoopla on that.
Hey, it's one thing I'm gonna say. It's one thing I'm gonna. But I'm gonna tell you, it's one thing I'm gonna say. I bet you he wouldn't have done Kevin Hart like that.
No, he would, because he's from Philly.
Kevin Hart gonna talk about you, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it.
I'm saying Kevin Hart wouldn't take that. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think nobody in their right mind. I don't think nobody in their right mind would have took that. I would have clicked on him. It would have been two black brothers in the Oscar fight.
You know what? Here's what gets me right. Chris Rock is pretty, normal sized guy. And you see a big guy like Will coming at you, come on, he didn't even run. Come on, Chris Rock. Chris Rock was very poised and very professional.
But I think what happened with Chris, he didn't know that. He probably thought he was gonna just come up there and confront him. I don't think he knew that he was gonna come up there and just hit him like that. I mean, anybody in their right mind. I mean, the question is, what was the security at? I didn't see any security. I'm still stuck on the fact that there was no security. The security should have been up there already, prepared, and to make sure that Will or nobody can get on that stage. I don't care if they're a celebrity, if they're famous. You have no right to get on that stage until your time.
Well, you know what, too? Everybody in that front row were multi-millionaires, okay?
It doesn't matter.
You'll be a little, right, it doesn't matter now, because I'll guarantee you next year is going to be different.
Oh, yeah, it better be.
You get a little lax. Because you have everybody in here who are either, famous or very rich, stuff of that nature. But, see, this is what I'm saying when it comes to interaction with humans. You got to be prepared for anything.
Yeah.
And that's what they teach you in law enforcement. You have to be prepared. You have to watch. I remember so many times I used to go out with my family, because you know how we like to eat.
Right.
We go out there, and my sister's like, she said, "Why are you watching everybody?" I said, "I'm sorry, it's just for my background."
Right.
Because if I was there, I probably would have said, "Oh, something's about to happen."
And you know what? You make a good point when you say that, because when I used to work with the police department as a school crossing guard, that's right. Even today, when I'm going across that busy street and I see the light that says green for the walkers to go, I'm so used to putting my hands up. And I still do that. So when I see a car, because one thing the police department taught me, they taught me that I always look direct at that car, because you never know where that car is gonna go. So if you look direct at that car, that's your communication with that car that is safer for them kids to go across that street. See, while the kids ain't gonna be focusing on all that, but you gotta make sure as a school crossing guard that you are focusing on that driver, because that driver may not be paying attention, because that driver may be having that radio up real loud, and that driver's not paying attention. So now, even when I'm not in the school zone and I'm not working for the police department, I still hold my hand up to let that driver know that, hey, I'm coming across the street.
That's right.
I mean, but am I wrong for that?
No,
Because at the end of the day, I got the light. It says walk. I'm walking, but at the same time, I still gotta watch that car to make sure that car ain't gonna speed as I'm walking across that street.
That's right. And this is all in law enforcement. We have to observe things. That's one of our main objectives in law enforcement.
Yeah, and that's what I did too. That's what I did.
But I guarantee you, everything is going to be suited and booted and tight for the next Oscars.
Oh yeah.
Now, hopefully, they still will be very honest with the nominations and allow our people that look like us to be more to get nominated and win, because Samuel Jackson won an Oscar. That's big.
Yeah.
Will Smith won an Oscar. That's big.
And you know, and you know what? And you know the sad part about it? The sad part about it, because that one little bitty thing, that hit, is playing over and over. I would have liked to see the people that won, especially us as black people that had won the Oscar, I would have liked to see that played over and over. But that's not even trending. It's not even trending with Will Smith winning, because they too busy focusing on him hitting Chris Rock. That's the headline news. But and you see, wait a minute, and you see, that's all me and you talking about. We talking more about that than we are playing videos tonight.
Right. And you know, I'm telling you, I remember, and it was like yesterday when my boy Jamie Foxx won an Oscar. Everybody was turned up. Yeah. They were celebrating. I was in LA at the time. I wasn't living in it, but I was in LA at the time. Everybody had a party. Prince had a party. Prince had a party. That was a big thing for us.
I believe it.
We have two brothers winning the Oscar. What's the turn up at? No, we're talking about the idiocracy of Will, another brother.
And look at this. And it's sad because we even talking about it on Channel 49. Yeah. And we can't help but to talk about it because everybody else is talking about it.
No, this is a forum. I think we should talk about it.
Yeah.
Because we don't want this stuff to happen again.
Yeah, and man, you're gonna and next week, man, you're gonna talk about it on the New York station. What do you think about that? Because of course, we're gonna have more people tune into us on the New York TV station, and hopefully, Will Smith will see the show since he lives in New York, and maybe he'll say something. Maybe he'll come on the show. We're gonna invite him to come on the show. We want to know why.
I talked to Will Smith.
Yeah, I want to know why.
I talked to Will Smith, and the thing is, I have no problem with Will Smith because I was a big fan of the Fresh Prince.
Oh, me too.
I was a big fan of his music.
Right.
I was a big fan of his music when I was a child. So, always supported Will Smith, but I can't support him no more like this. I can't.
I don't think nobody can, man. I think a lot. I mean, yesterday when we put the comments up on Facebook, man, did you see all the comments coming on my page about Will? But a lot of people on my page was actually supporting Will Smith.
But some people will like the idea of confronting violence.
I don't.
Violence with violence. Some people like that. They think that's the equilibrium. To say if somebody sees something violent towards you, whether it be verbal, then they say something, they came out their mouth violently verbal. So guess what? I'm gonna hit you verbally.
But you know what? It's not setting a good example for these kids, because now here's what's getting ready to happen now. Now that the kids don't see this, the first thing these kids are gonna do next time you talk about my mama, I'm gonna beat you up.
I'm going upside your head.
Yeah.
I'm going upside your head.
I'm going upside your head. So now, and then you got all these parents out here who are saying, I don't see nothing wrong with what he did. Oh, okay, you don't see nothing wrong? Okay, let that be your child then. Let your child, when somebody next time somebody talk about you to your son, let your son go out there and beat somebody up, and let's see how you feel. Let's see how you feel when your son get locked up. Or when your son get into some trouble.
They ain't Will Smith. They gonna get the brunt of the law.
I thank you. I already know. And guess what? Guess what? That person that foul on you, they ain't gonna take it back. They're not gonna be like Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And so this is not the way. This is not the Now what happened? Just like but look, just like Ricky Smiley said yesterday. Ricky Smiley made a statement. He said that what happened is all of Chris Rock fans get angry and upset. Chris Rock got more fans than Will Smith. And what happened is Chris Rock fans get angry and upset at what Will Smith did.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There go your balance right there.
So now that's bringing the dissension, split between our people.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Because some people are pro-Will, then some people are pro-Chris.
Yeah, you'd be surprised though, man. But wait a minute, you'd be surprised how many people out there do not like Will Smith. They don't like the way he raises kids. Just don't like his family. Period. You got a lot of people out there that don't like him. And you got a lot of people. You got a lot of people out there may not like Chris Rock because they say Chris Rock. They think because they believe that Chris Rock think he white. I mean, I'm just being honest. Some people think like that, but not everybody. But again, Chris Rock got a lot of fans out there too. So yeah, they respect Chris. I've been hearing this on the radio all morning long. They have more respect for Chris Rock than they do with Will. And what are the white folks thinking when they hear this? What do you think they think?
You know what? I haven't really heard anything for white media.
And I know.
Greatest wig guy, nothing else can fade us. I'ma take it back when we was kids. Hit the playground, I just wanted to dance. Simon says stop, Simon says go. Better beat the street like home for show. Tick, tick, tock, and pop, lock. And when we get the pop in, it ain't no stopping. Patty cake, bake a man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. I grew up on banana pudding, peach cobbler, sharing with my friends. They ask me, hey, who do I serve? I serve God, live by his word. Just a messenger with a mic in my hand. And I'ma do what I can to inspire every child, woman and man. Just a messenger. Just a messenger with a mic in my hand. And I'ma do what I can to inspire every child, woman and man. No hesitation, earthquake shaking, no limitations. We was born to be greatest. Pour out the haterade in your cup. Destiny, destined to be great, nah, no luck. Instead of drowning in sister, build her up. Instead of down in the brother, build him up. And I'm tired of seeing all people locked up. Let freedom ring until they get stuck. Let the kids play and don't get bucked. Teach them in the way that she go, now that's what's up. We can lead them to the water, we can make them drink. But we can help create peace so they have room to think. And them selfish ways, that attitude stink. Mental illness is real, so sweep it under your feet. Now they ask me, hey, who do I serve? I serve God, live by his word. Just a messenger with a mic in my hand. And I'ma do what I can to inspire every child, woman and man. Just a messenger. Just a messenger with a mic in my hand. And I'ma do what I can to inspire every child, woman and man. Tick, tick, tock, and pop, lock. And when we get the pop in, it ain't no stopping. Patty cake, bake a man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. We can lead them to the water, we can make them drink. But we can help create peace so they have room to think. We just a chosen few, doing what we call to do. God saved the day, and now the life is filled with better days. Just a messenger. Just a messenger.
You ain't playing me. This joyful noise I make, they understand me. Elevation came from God, I ain't playing it. Elevation came from God, I ain't playing it. I set out to make God smile, some understanding. I learned a lot, not to take the grace for granted. Once saved, always say that lie was planted. Some be blinded by tradition and semantics. I'll hold on to the fruit Christ is planted. Seek ye first and all the rest it was granted. I serve a jealous God, don't worship, plans be damaged. Serve another God, get clapped right off the planet. Ignore God's wisdom and he still clap your granny. The foolish die before they time, the law was planted. They don't like it, face contort, you understand it. Reset the church of CHH, my mission granted. I was praising God before they started paying me. I've been faithful about God's kingdom, you ain't playing me. This joyful noise I make, they understand me. Elevation came from God, I didn't plan it. I was praising God before they started paying me. I've been faithful about God's kingdom, you ain't playing me. This joyful noise I make, they understand me. Elevation came from God, I ain't playing it. I was faithful before the bread, what you saying? Been running for my life the whole time, I'm just saying. Was killing me before you showed up in advance. I seen your spirit way before I shook your hand. I touched good bread way before I signed with man. I cried a lot way before you see me jam. No compromise look good, I took a stand. In Jesus' name in my mouth, why y'all playing? I gave the glory all to Christ, I'm just a man. I slid sound doctrine over beats, you understand. This not my home, I don't belong, that's all I'm saying. My life is yours, Lord, I don't need to make no plans. I used to drive, but not no more, it's in God's hands.
Y'all, man, it is. I can't believe it, man, that it's almost time for us to get ready to wrap this part of the show up, man. But we still got a few more minutes, man. Again, man, what was we talking about before the break?
No, we was talking about the white media.
Oh yeah.
You know, giving us a platform. Will when before they didn't give us a platform.
Right.
I remember the years. See, I'm old enough to remember when PE and not PE, actually, but it was the Grammys. But the Grammys is another platform that they own as well. But I remember when they wouldn't even let us even go to it.
Oh wow!
You know, when PE and Will Smith was boycotting it.
I do remember that. I do remember that.
Fame, and he didn't have much fame at that point, but yeah.
Wow.
Now we have grown to a level to prove our prowess and our strength in media that they have to let us in. Like
right.
They have to let us in because we are the media now. You know, we make things.
Let me ask you this.
Make things hip.
I definitely agree with you on that. Let me ask you this, man, because a lot of people also are speaking against his wife and saying that why did his wife take his hand and hold his hand to say no, don't do that.
Well, I'm saying, Donny B. Now, I like where you're going at, but I just see Will Smith backhand Chris Rock. I'm not gonna say nothing about Jada. Jada is off limits. I mean, I really found out that I'm not gonna talk nothing about Jada. I'm sorry. We can talk about Will, but not Jada.
So I mean, but this is what some people are saying.
Yeah. Well, you know what? With her, that's his wife, and that's something he has to deal with. He married her. I didn't marry her.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's something he has to. Because I think what happened with this whole situation is that, same thing with Faith Evans and Biggie Small. They let their marriage leak into the limelight, and now people are taking a run with it. You know what I'm saying? When stuff that should have been kept private, that's their marriage. That's an institution by the Most High.
Right.
Should have kept that private. But all this entanglement and all this stuff of, they should have ironed out. If she stepped out, they should went to counseling very privately, got things together. But this is what happens when you put things too sensitive on air, which is your family.
Right.
So with Jada, I can't say anything about that, but I know that through the years, Jada has been controlling.
Yeah.
I've seen her. She's been
I
controlling.
believe it.
And a lot of people say, well, a lot of wives are controlling. But sometimes, wife controls. But, my wife, she gives me a line too. But she allows me.
That's normal though.
She does. Yeah. Toy gets me alive sometimes. Sometimes I get beside myself.
Right.
But that's when I get beside myself. But when you make every decision that your husband should make, your husband should have made that decision, but you make his decision, that's when it's getting a little too weird.
Yeah.
You know, that's
I
like,
definitely
when people
agree.
say she's wearing the pants.
Right.
But that's his wife. I mean, that's his family. That's the way they want to
roll.
That's the way they want to conduct their marriage. Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right. I definitely agree with you on that. And again, man, this right here, even though we can go out the air, this will continue to be a conversation probably for a long time to come. What you think, man? Yeah. Because they won't. Because they won't be focusing on the African American who won the Oscar nominee, who won the Oscar. Right. They'll be focusing more every time they think about Will Smith, they're gonna think about that slap.
Right. And even with me, I'm thinking about it, but then I thought about Sam Jackson. He deserved it. All those great movies. Yeah. The theater. And he's not even, and you know the sad part about it, he's not even the talk of the thing. But I tell you what, man, I tell you what we do. Maybe next week, me and you need to talk about it on the New York station, where everybody's watching us. What you think? Right. I think so too. I think we should give Samuel Jackson a tribute.
Yeah, let's do it.
As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna write a poem about Sam Jackson. I should have even told anyone.
Let's do it for next week TV show that's coming on next Friday.
Yeah, we're gonna make a tribute to him. Yeah. Because this needs to be known.
Yes, it do.
He's a really high class actor. He's really good. He's an artist in his craft.
And we'll put his picture. We'll put his picture up on the put his picture up on TV so people can see it.
Okay.
And then when they can see it.
Really shot it.
My prime. They see the gray and like retirement time, but when the flow hit them, it's like they turn into chimes. I guess I'm silencing the noise like I'm killing a mime. Look, stop throwing rocks if you living in a glass house. I'm about the business of my dad, that's what I rhyme about. I'm about to challenge where you're going when your time's out. Oh, you can know, that's why I throw this line out. Jesus is king and he was king before Yeats said it. God could snatch you wherever he want, so I'm indebted. And it's obvious this whole rap game, it need a fix, but live ain't the Pope, put Christ up in your mix. New school or old school, yo, really don't matter. Either way, I'm repping Christ, but I prefer the latter. Still, I ain't climbing out, I'm like classic vintage wine. I only get better with time, peep the lines.
A little older and wiser, proverb and two-edged with our focus and eyes up. Showing many how we still lift the name of Christ up.
Never stop doing that, doing that. Yeah, for years so underrated. Never bothered us because we know who's the greatest. Let the world know that Jesus is so amazing. Never stop doing that, doing that.
Yeah, so flow dudes back at it with the boom batty. Still rattling low in theories, heads getting that because they love it. Loving how we never left our beginnings. Wondering how we still winning, the formula's still simple. Keeping Christ first in the temple. And let him help me tell you about the things that I've been through. Lifting his name is essential. Facts, cause the God vision is clear even without my contacts. Alright, okay, on my chest now. But God's word is more like my bulletproof vest now. Ephesians 6 with it. Even with my grades, we'll hit you with that energetic petrol, crushing your little gimmicks. And your wives like Annie Lennox. Whiter shade, cause of our wives, our lives are getting to see much brighter days. Where that worship and mercy so much you think I own it. It's just a couple of gifts from God, thankful for every moment. A little older and wiser, proverb and two-edged with our focus and eyes up. Showing many how we still lift the name of Christ up.
Never stop doing that, doing that. Yeah, for years so underrated. Never bothered us because we know who's the greatest. Let the world know that Jesus is so amazing. Never stop doing that, doing that. Yeah. Never stop doing that, doing that. Yeah.
All right, thank y'all for joining us. We want to thank the guests for coming on the show. We also want to thank all the independent artists for sending their videos. We hope you enjoy the hottest independent artists. You never know who we gonna have on the show. So again, we want to thank everybody, the producer, the program director, our advertising person, everybody that made a difference with this show.